it makes you feel less of a man because your family's in an environment where it's unhealthy. They don't have a place to call home.
I am Harry Saffold Jr, a native of Dothan, Alabama. Over the past few years, I have noticed various changes taking place within the city of Dothan. Changes that involve the job market, the growth of its population, crime, and homelessness. Yes, even homelessness. As a concerned citizen, I am forsaking my car, home, family, and others to walk in the path of homelessness. I am taking off my shoes and putting on theirs to experience what it's like to have shoes without a closet.
Navigate to the side they consider the west side. That's where most homeless people dwell. Because within that radius, you have your restaurants, you have your daily labor agencies, you have the mission not too far. And now I'm right here on Main and Ross Claw, headed toward the bottoms, area they call the bottoms. Got this tissue in case I didn't make it to the rescue mission, so in case my nose gets runny, I have tissue or whatever.
As I began my journey walking towards an area known as the Bottoms, I noticed that when coming in contact with various motorists, I got a variety of different responses. Some looked on with smirks, some looked on with sympathy, and some just gave me stares, not signifying how they felt about my situation. And as I began to travel further and further along Main Street, having all my possessions in my bag, a level of shame began to set in, because I knew that they knew that all my possessions, all my belongings were in my own bag.
Yeah, it was a long walk, not very challenging, but it was a long walk, and I'm already somewhat starting to feel what a homeless person go through. They don't have a closet for their shoes, and I'm experiencing that. I'm thirsty, and I got to pull up one of these convenience stores. Maybe I can get me some water or whatever. But it is what it is. This is my journey, man. Sharing their life with me and sharing mine with them. I'm just trying to see what it's like. I don't know where I'm gonna lay my head at, but the more I walk, the more I think. In time, I'll lay my head down somewhere.
After arriving to a location that I was comfortable with, I decided then to relieve myself of the baggage and stash my bag. It is evident that most homeless people, although they carry a lot, they don't actually carry it with them. They have a tendency to stash their belongings. Usually it's done in the AM hours or late at night. Therefore, no one can see where they're stashing their belongings.
Last night, getting over here, stashing my bag, I was just starting to scout, the city, trying to find a location where I can settle. And due to the fact that I missed the rescue mission and I didn't make it to the Ark on time, talked to some people last night who were familiar with it, had to go down through that path. And said that the Ark closed their doors at a certain time. So in the early hour, I walked for a long time. I've been up for a minute, but I managed to settle. And in spite of hearing stuff in the leaves or whatever, it ain't easy out here, man, on these streets. But I did accumulate some information in regards to what I need to do. It's been said that some homeless people, they meet up at the library when they have to leave the rescue mission, or even those that check out for the Ark for a job. Those that don't have a job have a tendency to lounge around at the library, the public library, Love Memorial Library. So I'm gonna go down there and see who I can come in contact with to learn more about this epidemic that we know is homelessness. In the early hours, first started arriving daybreak, I walked around here to see what I was faced with, because last night I wasn't able to see, so I just checked my location or whatever. Really puts me out the public eye. You know, they can be dangerous because you never know, what you got around you or whatever. For its possums, things of that nature. But I'm gonna walk down to the library and see who I can come in contact with and share more. I talked with a couple of people that's familiar with it. They've been out here on these streets and just gave me the rundown on where to go and what time I need to be there. So, taking on a position as a homeless person, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take their advice, go with it. Most people that do, on drugs or whatever, they know where to find drugs when they come in contact with those that are on drugs. Gang members, when they come in contact with other gang members, they know where to get the firearms, where to do this and that, because they come in contact with them. So dealing with some of these people who have been on the streets, I'm starting to, develop some form of strategy on what I need to do out here in these streets.
After being on the street for one night, I woke the next morning. It was then that I decided to gather my belongings and start out towards the library. It is said that within the city of Dothan, many homeless people after leaving the Dothan rescue mission and the Ark located on Main Street have a tendency to seek refuge within the Houston Love Memorial Library. I knew that when coming in contact with any of them, if I came in contact with any of them, that they would give me additional information that would help me strategize in my journey to learn more about the lifestyle that they live from a day-to-day basis. On the way, I bumped into a young man named Henry. Henry is originally from New York.
So, are there resources for the homeless people?
Yeah, there's resources out there, but there's not enough money for the homeless people in the shelter. The homeless shelters, they don't have enough money. And the animal shelters are the same thing. They don't have enough money for the animals, and they keep them in little cages.
Clean and all.
Like if they put you in a cage like that, you wouldn't be comfortable either.
Right.
Got that right.
That's where they keep the animals. They just keep them in a cage. They ain't supposed to be doing that. That's like in.
You mean
if they keep you animal shelters?
Okay. But in regards to where you live at, what's the what is it like?
Basically, homeless shelters, they don't got enough money. Oh, and inside the homeless shelters, it's not as comfortable as you think it is.
How long have you been homeless?
Like around 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah.
And you're not from this state?
I'm
Alabama.
from New York.
You just moved going from state to state?
Well, I just moved down here. I just
long
changed
your dog?
mine.
Did you gain this dog?
Yeah, it's my dog. I feed him.
Really?
Yeah.
That's all right. So you developed a relationship with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, man. I see he clean to you
Yeah.
when you was walking. Well, what do you think gonna be necessary in order to gain a breakthrough for homeless people?
Basically, more money needs to go into the homeless shelter, so the people living in there can be more comfortable.
Right.
And then when they're more comfortable in the shelter, it's easy for them to go outside and look for a job.
Right. Because I feel like with you having so many, when a person is admitted into a drug facility, they're supposed to be there for a designated time. You know, they enter and then they exit.
Yes.
They're not supposed to be there for a long period of time.
Yeah, some people can do that, but some people got it real bad and they really can't go outside and work like normal people because a lot of things are like messing around with them, and those kind of people need a little bit more time than that.
Right. Man, I'm sorry to hear about you being out here that long.
It's alright. I'll be out here soon.
So what, you gonna travel to another state, another city?
I got friends in California. They want me to go there to work next to the movie studios. You know where Hollywood is?
Yeah.
They got this like really big pet store next to Hollywood.
Right.
They want me to go over there and work over there right next to the movie studios.
Okay, well they also got an organization out there called Pit Bulls and Parolees. You may want to look that up too.
What's that?
I know you're not a parolee, maybe, but what it is ex-felons, people that have interest in dogs.
Yeah.
The ex-felon train dogs to enter the homes of your average citizen.
No, that's
And
nice.
yeah.
And another thing about the jails that's inhumane also is like inside the jail cells, they can't shower after they take a shit, man. And sometimes when they be banging on the bars, the metal bars to get the cops to let them out to go take a shower, the cops don't let them go take a shower, man.
Well, let me ask you this, Henry. What were you doing, and how old were you when you entered these streets as a homeless person?
My parents evicted me from their home because I didn't want to go to college anymore. I wanted to work. So they just messed up my whole program. I couldn't save up my money because they started charging me rent, like $300. And I needed my money to buy, to go to work with, to like buy my food, clothing, stuff like that. They just took all that away from me, and then they evicted me from their house.
Your parents did?
Yeah.
And how old were you then?
I was in my 20s.
20?
Yeah.
Early 20s?
Yeah.
I somewhat feel fortunate, man, because my father and mother, they cling to me even as a young adult. I'm sorry to hear that.
It's all right.
Well, I'm not gonna hold you up. If you want me to walk with you, or
I'm okay.
you alright?
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man.
You're welcome, Harry.
You gotta. Straight, go past Main Street, and you'll go over a little bridge there, and then you'll hit Crawford Street. Take that left. How long you been there?
About 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
That's where I stayed.
Where you came from?
Panama City.
Really? I was just down there partying back in May, I think it was. They had a big event going on down there. I was down there then. What led you up this way?
Riding trains.
Really? How long you been homeless?
Long time. On and off. I don't know, years.
Really?
Yeah, it's so long you get used to it.
Yeah.
You begin to adapt.
Last night I walked, man, to the AM, and you just get numb. You know, you get to a point where you just, with other, it don't matter.
Just stuck, you know.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at that point, stuck.
How long you been home?
Oh man, about a month.
About a month. What kind of work you used to do?
Landscaping. I want to be a telemarketer again.
Really?
Get on the phones again. That's what I'm learning, this computer thing, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I probably gonna get a job or give it another effort. You know, I'm putting out my applications, nobody's saying nothing. I'm giving out all my information. That's pissing me off. So I said, okay.
What I did was my first job, I had like 21 applications circulated.
All that information you're giving out, right?
Yeah.
There's no response. You get burned out.
What you think about the condition for the economy?
The climate,
The economy.
oh, it's a slow rise. It's still messed up. It's rising very slowly. Yeah. It's coming back, but it ain't gonna be no time soon where it'll be like it used to be.
Where you originally from?
Northwest Alabama.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Selma?
Nope, on up. Like east of Jasper.
Okay.
Yeah, like going toward Mississippi.
Okay.
I'm in the northwestern corner. That's where I was born in. Winfield, Alabama.
You familiar with Meridian?
Yeah, I got kinfolks in Mississippi too.
Yeah.
My brother, matter of fact, lives in Mississippi.
So what mission you at? The rest of the mission?
I left. I had enough of the mission thing. I got a spot.
Where you go?
Yeah, I can't lie. I tried that laying around a bunch of damn men. You know what I mean?
You got some stinking ass feet.
If I want to smell some ass, it's gonna be my own.
Right. Well, my thing is
Yeah, shit. And some little poop waking me up 5:30 in the morning.
is it that bad to live in
No,
this?
for me, it's just me. I don't like all them rules.
Right.
The less rules I have in my condition right now, the happier I am. It's difficult for me out here, you know, but my spot is safe. You know what I mean?
So what time you gonna report? What do I need to do to report on the inside? What
Go
do
to the
I do?
administration office. Go in the office and talk to him, and he will probably tell you to meet him at 3:45 at the door. And they got beds, ain't they?
They're pretty full. They might have one.
Yeah.
Really?
They might. Yeah.
You need to be at 3:45 then.
I gotta be there by 3:45.
Yeah, preferably 3:30. Yeah. We only got that one bed left.
Yeah.
They might have a bed or two, man. They got a bunch of guys.
I woke up, man, with a slight pain this morning on my left side, and I was sleeping on a slab of concrete, probably wide as one of those steps.
Now,
I got my spot too.
I got my spot really. I updated mine. I made my bed comfortable, and it disassembles real quickly.
Yeah.
And when I get up and leave, it's like I'm never there.
What tell me this? Really? Nobody can tell.
Sleep like a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of work you was doing in Panama City?
Wasn't working there.
Oh, you wasn't?
Wasn't working there. There ain't shit going on there. That oil spill, man, killed the golf, man.
Really?
Yeah, the tourists down there, Pensacola, Fort Walton, Panama, man, they just didn't have no, you know, that's how they generate the revenue there.
Right.
I hear Panama's not sympathetic to the homeless people. Not really.
No, they don't like tramps there. They'll tell you to beat it.
Shit.
You better get your ass in the mission, boy, or get out of my town.
That's what they think it infect with the tourist attraction.
Yeah. It's kind of look like an eyesore if they see a man laid out with his bag walking around all day. Now there's a tourist place, like, you know what I mean? That's why I didn't go. I thought about going to Panama about now. But something struck me here in Dothan. I stopped. I said, well, I'll check it out for a little while.
Right. And you've been here a month, you say?
No, I've been since July. Yeah. Hell, I even got a job, but I ain't working no 1 day a week. I can't pay rent like that. It's worthless, it's pointless.
Right.
Well, now, I look like working 1 day a week. You know what I mean? It's not enough money to even get a place. So I left there on good terms. I just said, this is just not working out. And Ryan's up there on Oaks. I was a grill cook, display bar.
So now you just out here on the streets.
Yeah. I'm still doing things. I'm going to school here, computer classes. And since I'm out here like this, I'm gonna go ahead and train myself on this computer and go get the job that I really want.
I met one guy this morning. He from New York. He's headed to California. He's been homeless for like 5 years.
Oh no, that's way too long.
Yeah.
That's way too long.
Yeah.
Shit.
He's been out here 5 years. He said he got friends in California. And
I lived in Queens for 4 years.
really?
I got back here in 2007. I'm doing good in New York though. I will not be homeless in New York.
Yeah.
No sir.
Too dangerous.
And it's some sorry people out there. You know what I mean? And the missions. Oh,
I had to stash my bag last night. I thought when I got back to my area, I thought somebody would have removed it, but it's still
This
there.
town here, it's not too much. That's why I like it. It's not too much crime. You can stash your shit. You don't have to worry about it. You know, as long as you got it out of sight, it should be there when you get back. Hell, cop jacked me up the other night. He saw me out there. He said, he run me through. I come back clean. He didn't say nothing about me. You know, I'm in a good spot. I'm telling you. He said, do you need a blanket? I said, no, I got plenty. Okay, then I see you. So I'm okay where I'm at. You know.
Right.
That's a good thing.
Those city police did extend a helping hand.
They just sympathetic towards you, you know, like as long as you ain't causing no ruckus
Right.
and you ain't got no warrants on you. Don't ever get in their system now. I mean, you might as well leave. Don't ever get in their system. You might as well leave this moment. And that's what I'm not. I ain't been in no trouble since 94.
Right.
Main thing when you're living like this, stay out of trouble.
Under the radar.
Don't want them to pick your name up. Then you will be run out. Or you be up there, they jails is full. They got people sleeping on the floor. You know, in the hell I want to be up in there.
Go in here for a minute, I guess.
Yeah, this is a good place to come. I like to read, so you know, spend a lot of time in here.
Hit in my face, and I gathered some information on what location. It confirmed with other persons. So Dothan only has 2 rescue missions. One located on East Crawford, and the other one is on Main Street. So I'm gonna make a visit sometime today and try to get checked in over there. Kind of getting warm out there, so I ain't gonna need all these clothes. But I'm learning that guys I just talked to, one was from Panama City, the other guy was from West Alabama. The guy I talked to earlier, the first guy I talked to, was from New York. He's here in Alabama, he's headed to California. So that just goes to show that just as drugs claim lives, gang activity claim lives, domestic violence eventually leads to some form of violence that also claim lives, homelessness also claim lives. One of the guys made mention that he didn't work. The other guy said that he was a landscaper and he wants to get back off into telemarketing. And the first guy I talked to, he made mention about how he was just a student, you know, a guy that was working and going to school. And they became victims of homelessness. It's a sad reality, but you know, it's true. Yeah, this is Mama Tina's soup kitchen. They usually feed people in this area and beyond. And I'm stopping in now to pick me up a plate or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, what? I'm on the side.
All right, God bless. Can we get a prayer? Got time to pray, sir? Lord, dear Heavenly Father, in Jesus' name, we thank you right now. We thank you, dear Heavenly Father, as we call out to the angels to come and help this young man in the things that he's going through, the things that he's doing. And we pray that you would touch him from the top of his head to the bottom of his feet. And that you would touch his family and everything that he's going through. For God, you see his need and you know his heart. In Jesus' name, bless him, Lord. Amen. Amen. Thank you, brother. Where we feed for Christmas and all, March on Washington, all these different pictures, man. Different things we done done. This is Wired, when Wired came to help us and all. And then some more pictures over there with Wired, right here. When Wired came and helped us. Ridgecrest Baptist Church come help us sometime and all. Over here we got when we won, if you look at that one up there, that's in 2006 when we won the Citizen Guidelines law that allowed people to come and go to halfway houses. The judges could use their discretion to send people to treatment and community-based and faith-based homes instead of sentencing them to jail and prison. Here's a story of hope when we first started feeding the homeless and all. You know, when we first started in 2003, 2004, you know, they were saying that we didn't have a homeless problem. So the Dothan Eagle went out there with us and did an expose on where all the homeless people were at. And after that, in 2006 and 7, we started what's called the ARC, the Alabama Rural Coalition for the Homeless, in Southeast Alabama Rural Coalition for the Homeless here, me and Dr. David Jameson. We started over there with the Chamber of Commerce Homeless Coalition. And those are different articles and different things we have accomplished now. But we feed about 100, we started off feeding about 100 a day. We're up to now feeding about 180, 190 people a day, every day. Feed 2 times a day from 12 to 1 and from 5 to 6. And we've been doing it ever since 2001. Washington, we did March on Washington for formerly incarcerated people, 2 million, 2 minutes, March on Washington, all that. All this where we packed up the bus to go. These are different articles and places and pictures here where people that came, Johnny Cochran and all them came and helped us feed the homeless. This where we took all the Asian people, the Vietnamese people now that was stuck in Mississippi for Katrina. We took them over there to Atlanta and all that. And it's all on Google, different things we have done. These are Christmas pictures where we fed them and we give them Christmas toys like we're finna do. And these, you see pictures with different celebrities that came and helped me feed on Thanksgiving. And so we were asking you to be the celebrity to help us feed this Thanksgiving stuff. Will you help us feed this Thanksgiving?
I'll be glad to.
And go out and feed folks? And that's what it's all about. This is different pictures with Wired. Wired was helping us out, Ridgecrest Baptist Church and United Methodist Church and First United, Evergreen Presbyterian Church come help us, and a whole bunch of different churches come and help us.
Well, you made mention about feeding homeless people, right?
Yes, sir.
In the Wiregrass area, what's your perception on that issue? I mean, do you think that, you know, based on the people that you come in contact with and the agencies established here in Dothan, I mean, do you feel that it's having an impact on the homeless issue?
Well, like I was saying earlier, in 2003, 2004, I was started out feeding the homeless in 2001. 2003 and 4, I had to fight. They said it wasn't a homeless problem here. I was just exaggerating and all that. So luckily, the Dothan Eagle, a couple of reporters went out with me, Jim Cook, couple of more, Brother Matt and all that do the pictures. And they went out with me and did an expose for about 3 weeks on the homeless condition in Dothan. And I took them to all the different places where homeless people were at and showed them, and they kept putting it in the paper to show that there was a need. And we were feeding all this. This is before we had this house. I was feeding people out my car. I would go to get pizzas and all. Dante's Pizza out there at the mall would donate me pizzas to go feed people. And then when we finally got the house, a lot of different churches started joining in to help us and all. We never got any grants, anything to feed people, just strictly God, strictly donations by private donors. The situation now is a lot better. We started, me and Dr. Jameson started the Homeless Coalition here in Dothan at the Chamber of Commerce up under the Quality of Life. And when we started it then, people were starting to really acknowledge the fact and accept the fact that there were homeless people here, and it increased. It started increasing a lot. As the population increased, the homelessness increased. No one knew about, you know, the bridge and the people that come off the trains and ride and stuff like what you're going through now. No one wanted to accept that. No one looks at the point that there's a lot of homeless people here that live in different people's houses and stuff, in abandoned houses. You know, we got quite a few of them that come through that. Now there's a lot of some more provisions than there was when I first started it, because it was like only us in the beginning. But thank God there's a few more organizations that's getting involved in it, but there's still a great need. One of the things that I've talked to you about, I wish you would get more involved in, is doing, when we over there at Tops Plaza, the plaza we use, thank God for Ron Wilson donating us use of that plaza, Evergreen Plaza. We have a class now, you know, that's strictly for homeless people to better their lives and life skills, job skills, GED and all that.
Well, see, the documentary that I'm doing with Ultimate Entertainment, that's what I want to do, to give people a clearer scope as to how it's still an epidemic. It's a crisis.
It's a crisis, brother, and one of the main things that, you know, people know me for advocating for different reasons. They don't know how much I advocate for the homeless, how much I had to fight for people to just recognize that here. But one of the things we have come to, I appreciate the fact of coming together with you and Ultimate Expressions and Ron Smith and all that's putting this out here, because people don't want to acknowledge the fact that the increase of homelessness even comes when people get out of prison or jail. That contributes to it. That's a big benefactor to it. The increase in homelessness comes when people get on all kind of different factors in it. But one of the problems I have is that people don't want to accept or recognize homelessness. They don't want to accept or recognize people that need help or have made mistakes in their lives. And the more we provide for homeless, the more we provide for people that made mistakes in their lives, the more we create public safety or enhance public safety for people as a whole. I never understood why people would consider themselves such productive citizens but won't help produce or help people get on the right track. If you're so productive, then be productive by helping somebody else. You know, you having a nice job, nice car, all that don't make you productive. You know, every seed produces of what? Its own kind. So, you know, if you're so much of a productive citizen, produce other citizens.
Because I've been on the street now for one night, and already I've bumped into 3 different people. And one guy from New York, you know, just residing with his family. His focus at the time seemed to be school and work.
Right.
But he was, you know, entered a situation at home where, you know, he was having to pay rent.
Right.
He felt that it was to a point where he couldn't maintain for just the basic necessities.
Yes.
And he ended up leaving.
Yes.
He's from New York, he's here in Alabama, Dothan, and he's headed to California. Another guy I bumped into did landscape, telemarketing. Some of these people have skill, but they confronted with hard times, and this is where it placed them.
Well, and the increase now is the unemployment is outrageous. Yeah, so it's, you know, we went from feeding 120 to maybe 150 at the most to feeding 180 to 200 a day. You know, in the last year, and you know, people such as yourself, people that's out here trying to get their lives right. I'm just sending a plea to all the churches and all the people help us. We don't get grants. We never got a grant to feed homeless or do the feeding program or none of that. Never. The whole time I've been in existence, we never got a grant for that. It's just been strictly private donators like Mike Schmitz, Evergreen Presbyterian Church, David Jameson, Ron Wilson, John Turner. I mean, different people. I go on and on. I don't want to miss nobody. But it's been private donators that have been constantly helping us feed the homeless people. Harvest Church, every quarter gives them a Northview Christian Church. And these different churches donate and help us continue to feed people because they see the need. And, most of us consider ourselves in the South, the Bible Belt and Christian. God said, feed the poor. So we're just appealing to people because it is a crisis. And it's a desperate crisis. And I just thank God for your efforts and your willingness to get out here and sacrifice.
I'll definitely be involved in that Thanksgiving giveaway.
Yes. We're going to be giving away. We do it every year. Been doing it every year for the past 9 years. And this year we're going to be going around. We start at 12 o'clock. People will be here fixing plates and all that. Northview Christian usually gives us 100 plates to deliver. And we just feed those, man. Well, I thank God for you, brother. God bless you.
I saw it in the book.
I studied.
I appreciate you paying for this meal for me and
No, it's okay. When somebody help me, I help you too.
You'll see it again.
Yeah, good people.
I saw that the first time
I load my clothes and everything. When
I need 3 15 stars on my name. 3.
Although homeless people are being looked at as people who can't support themselves, this man here done fed me as well as LaRon voluntarily. It just goes to show that in spite of the fact that they're in a situation that most people consider to be rock bottom, he talk about cleanliness, he talk about, just going beyond the situation that he's in. And he's feeding himself and somebody else, such as myself. We're doing this documentary on homeless people, and I met a guy, Chico, as I mentioned earlier, who was able to go in his pocket and buy me something to eat, as well as LaRon. But he got robbed the other night for money that he worked for, doing painting, construction work, and he needed clothes. So I notified Kenny Glasgow with Tops, and he took him a minute, but he got up out of bed and came on down here to Tops Plaza to pick this guy out some clothes, let him pick through these clothes or whatever, get him something that he can wear. And this is what it's about, in spite of the fact that we may be in our comfort zone, coming out your comfort zone, stopping what you're doing, and serving the people. It's like a 24-hour call.
Daddy, open the cloud.
You like it? You want that clothes hang off? Yeah. You got a whole jumpsuit.
You want that jacket right now? You want that jacket right there, chick?
What you want?
All right, God bless.
Right there, the blue one.
Right here?
Yeah. I want that.
He got a whole suit right there,
Yeah.
so he looking good. But this one is warm suit, something to keep him warm. All right.
We have the all-time places that
Shirt
I
to Chico.
let me see the flowers.
Okay.
Give me a bit to make
Yes, sir.
Chico.
Boy.
Be good. Be good. All right.
Get you some shirts to go with you, Chico.
The chicken needs to close. He can come right in here.
Of what? Yes, sir.
Chico, if you need to run, come up in here. Now,
You right.
I weigh 22 0. I weigh 28.
Thank you for everything. I'm looking for somebody help me.
God bless you.
I find somebody. God is big and everything. Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Dios te
Appreciate-
bendiga.
Yeah. Dios te bendiga.
Getting robbed?
No, it's easy. I know it's easy the job. The men pay when finish the job, you have your money, we have money. But before I watch out, before to the job, he says, he me say the $1,000, $500 a half. When finish the job, you give me the other rest. Okay? You make your money, 250 for me. Porque no. If you started working with me, hey my friends, Anita, when we started working this job,
Cause look, I don't want to see you keep being on the street. That's what I'm saying. You know, on the street, I don't want to see you in the streets. So,
no, I can see you. Go to the mountain.
on the,
No, you can, you can. You be coming for you here. No,
what I, you know, when you was telling me earlier about the robbery, how they took how much money from you when they jumped on you at Miss Hattie's house, how much you said they took from you? From Miss Hattie when they jumped on you.
For rent?
Right. How much money you was when they jumped on you? How much money?
Oh, when in the corner
Right.
is 150.
150.
But porque lows, no people know. It's cheap. It's cheap. It's 3 rooms, but it's cheap. The problem es que no. Money, well, now we're making my money. Wow.
How long have you been out here from Hollywood, California?
8 years.
8 years.
I don't.
What it's been like? What have it been like?
Pretty gross.
Mm.
My friend pretty gross. Mark Anthony. Whew. You know, Mark Anthony, Puerto Rico, Dominica. Jennifer Lopez in front of the house. You know.
Yeah.
He
But look, this is what I'm trying to get you to see, Chico. The whole purpose, you know, I'm working on a documentary up on the Ultimate Entertainment about people who are somewhat left, you know what I'm saying, out here on these streets.
Okay.
And what I wanted to help you do was, when you told me about how they took that $150 or whatever, that was money that you could have been using to try to accumulate clothes, but I wanted to plug you in with the right people to try to help you, so that you wouldn't be on the streets and you wouldn't be with just one outfit, you know? Yeah, and that's what I want people to understand, is that in spite of, you know what I'm saying, what led you here from Hollywood, California, there are people.
But no, but it's okay.
You just deal with it. You just muscle up and deal with it.
I like it. No.
But I admire you. I appreciate you buying us dinner tonight too.
You know, it's okay. I go to, here I go there. The motel, no, y digo, mira, perra, the motel, no.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, lesbian, I told lesbian,
As long as you making money,
me
you gotta pay rent somewhere.
me go to the motel is free for me. Shit, man. My Johnson is my boss, my Johnson. I have a strong people, police, everybody, sheriff, police. Very strong, man. My Johnson, Mr. One, property the house, this area, this area is down for me. Amonuso, family Amonuso. Amonuso, you know, give license for the nightclub. No, every time I say, Amonuso, and talking a lot of shit. No, give me the sign for opening the nightclub, man. Mexican. A couple.
It wasn't long that I headed toward the north side of Dothan, located by the Walmart, and it was there where I met Junior, who was really from Augusta, Georgia. With Junior was a dog that he had developed a relationship with, I guess because they understood one another, and he knew that dog had his back just as much as he had the dog's back.
I'm from Augusta, Georgia.
Augusta, Georgia?
Yeah.
Okay. How long you been around in Dothan?
Around 4 months. I did have a job, but they laid me off because the motorcycle was completely gone. And then now I'm about to be out here on the street. I got my tent set up over on the other side of town.
You think it's difficult for you to get a job because you say you're reading the bill?
No, I can't read. So a lot of people won't. You had to ask them to help fill an application out. They won't hire you. Simple as that. Just the way they are. You know, people discriminate about a lot of things. I don't care what color you are.
How long you been on the street?
Off and on for the last year and a half, maybe 2 years. I've been picking up a little work here and there, but besides that, they won't hire you because I can't read, and they just won't hire me. Because there's a lot of, like any stores, you can't get a job at the store because you got to do the invoices and the paperwork and all that stuff, and a lot of people won't give you a chance. See, I even build houses, and it's so slow slack right now. I can't even get a job building a house. And I can build one from the ground up, man. It's kind of hard. There's a lot of people here. I've been here 4 months, and I've had one job for 5 weeks, and that's it. And they just won't do nothing for you. I ain't going down to the shelter because last time I did, somebody stole my stuff.
From the shelter?
Yeah, I got to go through and get me another birth certificate, another picture ID, the whole 9 yards.
That's gonna be kind of difficult, being that you don't have no.
Well, I got my Social Security card. That's the only thing I got. That's the only thing I could get back without an ID. And somebody was telling me about the health department, so I guess I'll go down there and talk to them. And plus, I can't stay in the shelters with her. And I found her when she was a puppy under a bridge. She was like 8 weeks old, nothing but bones. I wasn't having that. That's my little baby right there. She ain't but 7 months old.
Really?
Yeah, big 7.
Big 7 months. I'm about to say the same thing.
No, I keep her healthy. Yeah, I'll make sure she's got food before I do.
You don't build a bond with this dog?
Yeah, I don't use a leash. I can walk anywhere. I just taught her how to command. Her ball's laying right here somewhere, right there behind you, matter of fact. That's what I trained her with.
Really?
See, I used to have a house, truck, business, and about 150 dogs.
Really?
Then when I found my old lady, she got hooked on meth, and they took everything I had. So,
really?
Yeah. And it's been rough ever since.
I can
It's
imagine.
been down and out.
I can't imagine.
I said the last 10 years. I've been on the street for about a year and a half, maybe 2. But besides that, I know the good Lord's gonna help me. One way or the other. They will. They get me off this. They get me out of the streets. Sooner or later it will.
Yeah.
It's your booby, ain't it?
You ever been married with children? Yeah.
This is just, well, I mean, I got kids. I got a little girl and a boy.
I got a daughter too. She resides in North Alabama.
Be nice.
She resides in North Alabama.
No, she just wants to know what that is. Mary Jane, be nice. Look, that thing ain't gonna hurt you.
Jason, I want to know.
Yeah, man. When I look at this economy,
Something. See, when she was a puppy, something tells me because of something in your hand is what. I don't know. Somebody abused her when she was a puppy. And she sees something in your hand.
Yeah.
Then she's just checking you out now.
So this is a sign you use sometimes?
If I have to.
Yeah.
If I had to support myself to eat sometimes, you know.
Right.
You got to.
Right.
That's why the cops hassle me so much.
Yeah.
I've been doing a little bit of off and on work here and there, but it ain't enough to keep you alive. It might last you a couple days, or might even last you a day, or whatever. It depends on what they want to pay you, you know.
What's your perception of when you hear people use the term American dream? How do you perceive them? How do you look at that? What's your outlook, opinion on that?
A lot of them overlook it.
Excuse me?
A lot of them overlook it.
Yeah.
There ain't no dream here no more.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, it's all going to become communist anyway. So that's the way I see the government's going to end up anyway. Sooner or later. Now, I won't see it in my day, but I'm 42 years old.
Yeah.
We got a lot of experience, brother, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that just won't hire you.
Yeah.
Not these last few years, you know. It's been rough. And then all of a sudden, all these, I ain't prejudiced about it, but I saw these Mexicans are coming over from over there and taking all the work. Now, I mean, they're basically got almost all the framing and sheetrock and construction under lock, pretty much.
And that's a barrier that kind of weighs on you.
Hey,
your trade.
it takes jobs for everybody over here,
Yeah.
regardless of nothing, you know. Regardless of what the government says, they're shutting down the American people. In other words, it's hard for a lot of people to get jobs just because of that.
A lot of people have that perception of that jobs are, being taken away from people who others feel like shouldn't be able to work, and especially when you're looking at the legal issues for it being over here legally or whatever. A lot of people, that's an issue with a lot of people. I feel that any man that wants to eat should work, but I also feel like there's a system that we ought to honor as well. I believe that.
But you know what? The system's letting every man down.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is or who they are, what color, creed. The system's letting everybody down.
Yeah.
It's hard, man. And then you have to go through 6 months of paperwork just to do anything, to get anything from anybody, you know. Even going through the unemployment office. That's rough.
Well, you got any? What kind of pieces of clothes you got?
About as big as bag as you got right there on your rear end.
I got some extra stuff if you need.
No, I got clothes. I got a couple pair of pants and shirts.
I know this pastor that his name is Kenneth Glasgow. He's Al Sharpton's brother.
I think I've heard his name before.
He got a soup kitchen, and he also got a little place down there called Tops People Society, Ordinary People Society. And he help people as out here that you go by and get your free meal.
You got a number? Let me get your number. I gotta go get mine changed over. I had it switched to somebody else's phone.
Give me your number then. You call me today.
I
If you get over, do you think you're gonna get over here by
the pastor? One of the pastors gave me this. Love and Action.
Mm-hmm.
They went and bought this one.
Love and Action?
Yeah, so I can use it to get jobs.
I heard of that church.
That's down off Mobile Highway, Piggly Wiggly.
Mm-hmm.
Montgomery?
Montgomery.
Montgomery Highway, Piggly Wiggly. It's right next door. There's one on this side, one on this side.
Yeah, they feed people.
What's your number?
334-596. 4620. Call me right now.
46.
Yeah.
See, I go out there sometimes with that sign. I had to get something to eat or fly, just.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
This sign here.
And
you got me now.
Okay. And some of the cops will come up, they run your name, do all this. They said, "Man, I know what it's like." They don't know what it's like. You have to sleep in the woods. It's rough, bro. It's rough. You got bugs biting you.
You right, man, because
I'm still healing right here.
Bit.
You can see that spot right there on the back of my neck.
I'm already
I had a
catching it
brown
right
recluse bite me.
Yeah.
I had a knot on the back of my neck like that, and I squeezed it. It had a green little core about the size of a popsicle stick. Not popsicle, but a lollipop stick come out. And it's just now healing up. And that was almost 2 months ago.
Where is it? Yeah, you got hit pretty bad. So
Yeah,
what's your day gonna be like today? Just alone?
Yeah, hopefully I'll make something.
Yeah.
Just to get out the streets. I was supposed to know here the next day or so if I got a little bit of work to do, but that ain't rolling down the way,
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard of able-bodied labor?
Got that picture ID?
Yeah, right.
All of them. Anyone can have.
Yeah, you're right. With yours being taken into mission, you don't have a picture ID.
Well, if I ever get my birth certificate.